Welcome everyone to OBS. Here we are. I'm going to show you guys, teach you guys how to use this software program. It is free to download, so I'm going to put the web link will be in the description down below. All right, you guys check that out. So as you can see, I'm running OBS 31.0.2. This is going to update on a regular basis. I see that my microphone is spiking out. I'm probably too close to it. There we go. So basically, just going to kind of go over some settings for you guys in case you want to start live streaming yourself. As you can see, I got items down below here. We'll get to those momentarily, but the first thing you got to do is set up your streaming platform. So whether you're going to stream to YouTube or Twitch or Kick, you have the option to do that. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys or teach you guys though is under file here. We're going to go to settings. You could also go over to settings right here under your controls. So either way, we'll pull it up for you. So I just like to go under file. It's easier for me. It's just what I'm used to. So here in settings, the biggest thing you're going to be looking for is just a few of these tabs over here off to your left. Okay. So whatever language you want to use, of course, mine is on English. Because I'm here in America. So basically, all you want to do is follow the same settings that I have, and you'll notice that I have no issues basically streaming to you guys. The only issues that I do have is internet-wise, and that's about it. So, so under the General tab, just do the English, update, stable, automatically check for updates on startup. Output, you don't have to worry about any of those being checked. Source alignment, I do have that in enable. Snap sensitivity on a 10. Snap sources checked. Snap sources from other sources checked. And projectors, you don't have to worry about any of that. Leave that unchecked. System tray should be enabled. Preview, importers, and so on and so forth. So you guys could basically just see my setup right there. I don't need to go through and explain each one for you. So under appearance here, you're going to make sure this is on Yami, and style on default. Under your stream, this is basically where you're going to set up wherever your content is going to stream to. Okay, so whether that be, again, YouTube or Twitch or Kick, whatever platform that you use or whatever channel that you have. The setup is actually real easy. When you download OBS, I'm not going to show you guys that part. But it's really simple process, and it only takes a matter of just a couple minutes to get your channel set up on here. So as you can see, mine's already set. You don't have to worry about any of this stuff. When you go to the output here, once you get up to the output mode, if this isn't already on advanced, I would highly recommend that you put it on advanced. Now this is where it can get tricky, okay? So depending on your audio encoder that you have on your PC or your laptop, that's normally the setting that you want to try and find, especially for your audio and whatever your video card may be, okay? In this case, on audio track 1, I got that checked, and mine is the FFmpeg AAC. My video encoder, I have that on NVIDIA, and that's the H.264. Now I have other settings here available to me, but the H.264 is the best one for me. I would definitely stay away from the ×264 because that's going to be straight hard drive. It's basically going to bog down your computer while you're actually on OBS. So rescale output, leave that disabled. You want to make sure that you are, if you're going to do 1080p to YouTube stream-wise, you want to make sure this is on 1920 by 1080, okay? That way you'll always get that 1080p. The constant bit rate, I have mine set. It's based on your internet, okay? So if you got slow internet speed, the preferred method is the 8,000 kilobytes per second. If you go anything less than that, you may have video encoder issues. If you go higher than that, you may also have video encoder issues. It may just not be able to keep up. So I would recommend you start at 8,000. That is OBS's recommended setting for that. So, but if you have really slow dial-up internet, then you're going to have to go even less than that. Okay, but start out with 8,000. You may have to change this over time. So don't fret or get nervous if you start having issues. You can go in and edit any of this stuff at any given time. Keyframe intervals should be 2 seconds. I have my preset on P6, which is slower, best quality. Here's all the different options. Tuning should be high quality. There's your different options. You should have multi-pass mode, 2 passes, quarter resolution. Profile should be high. You should have adaptive quantization checked, and B frames should be set to 2. Okay. Under recording, now this is only if you're going to be recording straight to your hard drive or external drive, wherever you want to do that to. It gives you options. Of course, mine is on my main hard drive if I want to just do recording. Now, to do a recording, you would just do right here, and that's if you want to upload something to YouTube. You could do a recording much like what I'm doing right here. Okay, so you don't have to do live stream on this program. You can also record anything that you want to and then save it for later and upload later. All right, so under the type, it should be under standard. Recording path is whatever you want to save it to. The recording format, mine chose Matroska video encoder. Use stream encoder, so it'd be the exact same thing that you're using for streaming. And the audio encoder should also pretty much be the same. The audio track is checked on 1. And we're going to go over to the audio tab here. I would set all of these tracks to 320. Okay, so as you see all of mine, there'll be 6 tracks total. And just set that to 320, which should be your highest, as you see right there on the drop down. Replay buffer, I don't mess with any of this, so you don't even have to worry about it, okay? So that's all for the output. We're going to go under the audio tab here. I do have the sample rate set to 48 kilohertz. Your channels should be stereo. This is up to you if you want to go ahead and set these up. I leave mine disabled so that way I can create them down below here. So you don't necessarily have to do anything. This is just if you want to do kind of like a preset and go ahead and have these in your mixing board, okay? But I like to go ahead and just add mine in, which we're going to get to as well. The decay rate should be fast, and the sample peak for the peak meter type. Under advanced, I just have it on default. Disable Windows audio ducking, sorry. Hotkeys, that's up to you. I'm not going to get into hotkeys on this video. But that's up to you if you want to start doing different things with your keyboard to enable something. That's why it's called a hotkey. I will show you the tab, but I'm not going to show you or teach you how to do that because I don't even set anything up under hotkeys at all. So as you can see down on all of these, I have nothing set on those. So these are just basically all my scenes that I have created. So we're going to move along and go to video tab. Video tab, you'll see these aspect ratio is a 16:9. Your base should be the 1080p, which is the 1920, and your output should be also the 1080p. The common FPS values, I do have that set on 60. You have multiple choices here. Just go with the highest one. Here's your hotkeys I was just talking about. So this is if you want to start and stop your streaming, you could press a certain button on your keyboard and set it that way if you choose to. I just don't do that. I'd rather just click with the mouse and be done with it. Accessibility, I don't do anything with this at all. And then there's the advanced tab. So as long as your advanced tab looks like this, you will be fine. A-OK. So there's a process priority set to normal. That should be checked. A lot of this is already done for you, but if by chance something is off, just copy what mine looks like here to the best of your ability, okay? Every computer is going to vary on this program, so it depends on what type of video graphic card that you have, audio capture as well. All right, so we'll scroll all the way down here. Here's their retry delay. Just copy what mine looks like. and you guys will have no problems whatsoever. So there's my network stuff. You don't have to worry so much about that because, like I said, a lot of this is already done for you. So, all right, so we're going to get out of this. So you do have docs, and I'm not going to get into how I got the chat up here, but this is how I see your guys' chat. So when I actually start streaming to you guys, I can see how many people are watching. I can see how many views that video has gotten. I can see how many times people have chatted with me. And then over here is where my chat will show up. So when you guys comment on a live stream while I'm actually streaming, it will show up right here. So of course I'm not streaming right now, so therefore that's why those are actually blank. Now off to the bottom left here is where your scenes are at. This is where I've created all my different scenes for everything that I play or stream to you guys. So my scenes look like this. This is my intro for my Vita, and I got my Be Right Back. And of course I got the PC and then the new Tough Talk as well. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that real quick. It's actually quite simple. Let me stop this. What you would do is just go here to this plus button and select that. You name your scene whatever you want. So let's say I'm going to do PlayStation again. I stop streaming PlayStation to you guys. So we're just going to call this PlayStation. All right. We're going to just hit OK after we're done. And there is our new scene. So in order to be able to have the best quality as far as your mic goes, I would recommend getting a high quality microphone. Also, headphones would also be a nice thing to actually have too. So that's totally up to you if you want to do that. But the best quality microphone you can get, I would definitely do that. So what we want to do now, since we created a scene for PlayStation, okay, we're going to leave that alone. And next we need to go to sources right here. So we're going to have to create sources. And we're going to hit this again, add source. And let's say I need to have my microphone. So you're going to come up to audio input capture. All right. As you can see, I've already had a microphone in here from my previous scenes. Okay. But this is where you would add in a new microphone if I didn't already have this. So you would just name it whatever you want to. So in my case, you'll see that I have mic. Okay. So we're just going to go right here, and I'm going to choose mic since I've already got it. And right there, you guys can actually see me talking to you. All right, and that's because I already have the presets. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to show you guys the mic settings that I have for mine. And the reason why I have it set the way that I set it is because I have it to eliminate noise reduction behind me. So if the dog barks, if the cat meows, you guys normally do not hear that stuff. Yes, you hear me coughing. I try to turn away from the mic when I do cough sometimes. So it will still pick up things like that unless you're far enough away from the mic. And it depends on your sensitivity as well. So, for example, I want to just right click on my source for the mic. We're going to go to filters now. All right, this is where you would add in different filters. So by doing that, you would come down to this plus sign here, and this is going to give you the best sounding quality on your mic. Okay, so you have different plugins basically for your microphone. These are the ones that I have installed for my mic. Okay, the different filters. So we're going to go over each one of those. So I do have compressor here, and you can see my different settings off to the right, and I just highly recommend and suggest that you guys copy those whenever you can. All right, write them down, jot them down, so that way you always have that, or just refer back to this video. Expander, this is basically going to control your attack, release, your output gain. I have set on 0. You just really can mess around with these and just see how you actually sound when you go live. But these are the sound settings that I have coming to you guys right now, and I have no issues with these settings whatsoever. Your limiter, so basically this limiter is going to control, as you guys seen it spike right here. I can sit here and yell and scream all I want, and it should not go except for the S's, should not go much higher than where you see it right now. Okay? So that is where the limiter comes into place. You can control that so that way it doesn't go above a certain level on, you don't want to go too much into the red. Let's just put it that way. Noise suppression. So this will be your background noise, okay? You could just, as you can see, mine is set to RN noise. It's good quality, more CPU usage. But I end up running OBS as an administrator. So when I open up OBS, I right click over the actual icon itself and run as administrator. So that way my OBS is getting the most power. This plugin is like a mixing board. As you can see, mine is Marvel GEQ. You can download this. I am not going to show you guys how to do this, but there's other YouTubers out there that will teach you how to do this. This is not necessary. This was more like an equalizer if you choose to have it on here. I only really use it to just give a little bit more bass sound to my voice and bring out that bass a little bit. You don't have to have this installed. Now the gain, I would recommend in doing the gain. The gain is for, it's really nice because you can have your microphone set away from you if you choose to. That way it's not showing up in your picture. If you choose to show yourself on webcam or whatever, that way you don't have to worry about having it so close and within the frame of yourself, okay? So you could, that way you could set this microphone back, 2 or 3 feet away from your mouth, and it'll still pick you up, okay? So that is just my settings, my filter settings that I have. Like I said, don't worry about this one. You can install these other filters above and also the gain. So, all right. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to get the webcam up here. And I'm going to go under video capture device. And you're going to, since I already have it down here below, I'm just going to select this. But you would just name the device whatever you want. In my case, it's just, I named it webcam. I'm going to go here. And there we go. So now you guys can see me. Now, when you actually have this, pay no attention to my drum set back there, it's covered up. When you have this in place, you could set this however you want. You just got to make sure that this lock right here is unlocked, okay? Because otherwise, if I lock this, you'll notice that the red goes away, and I'm not going to be able to do anything with it. I'm not going to be able to move it, shrink it down, blow myself up, whatever the case would be, all right? Same way with your microphone, you can lock it into place, whatever, and I can actually change these in and out if I want to, and reverse them, just whatever order that you want to. Now, if you're doing a game in the background, which I don't have my Elgato hooked up right now, you want to make sure that your webcam is in front of your game. So you would have to create another source for your Elgato, which in my case would be a game capture, okay? I would have to hit the game capture here. You want to make sure the webcam is above your game capturing card, okay? The reason for that, if you don't do that, then your video camera that you see right here will not be over top or in front of your screen, okay? So if I wanted to change anything on my webcam here, let's say I want to shrink this down to get just pretty much me in the picture, what you would do is hold the Alt key on your keyboard, that's the ALT, Alt, hold it down, take your mouse, and drag it over to shrink your screen down, all right? Same thing with this side, hold down the Alt key, shrink it, and if I want to get my shirt out of the equation, there we go, and I can also do the top as well. So you can also grab some corners, shrink it down that way, your preference, okay? Now, if I want to expand this, I just drag the corner. If I want to make myself big, I can make myself big. If I want to shrink myself down, I can shrink myself down into a teeny tiny little dot there, okay? So whatever you want to do, that's totally up to you, all right? The other thing that you need to do in your audio mixer, especially if you're going to be streaming a game, all right? I'm going to go ahead and lock this out. Just mess around with the pixels here, try to get it as close as you can. Right there, 732, and go, well, I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, if you want to, you know, like center yourself, you just got to kind of pay attention to the pixels there. So, but you guys can do that. That's self-explanatory. So another example, like I said, is we got to get in the audio mixer, we have to get the sound. All right, so to get the audio capture, and that would be like your desktop sound or anything like that, you would have to go down here and add that in as well. So we would have to go to audio output capture. All right, and this is what's going to be basically transmitting out to any one of you. All right, so mine is already here, as you can see, audio output capture. So I'm just going to go ahead and select that. And then there we go. So the audio output capture, any sound that comes through on my desktop right now, you guys will be able to hear that, okay, coming through. And it will show up on your audio mixer once you have that installed. All right. The next step would be checking your properties. You know, I have the intros and stuff like that too on my scenes. And how I do that is basically when you go to the scene right here in particular, you'll see that I have the video already installed. So I have to stop it and then hit the replay button anytime I want to send you guys something as far as like a video or anything like that. So to do that, what you would actually do is hit the plus button again. You would go to media source. So if you have a video created or an intro created that you want to play first before your stream, like I do, then you would go to media source. And basically when you do that, I'm going to show you the example of the Be Right Back. We're going to go to add existing. Hit OK. All right, so there's the Be Right Back. And again, if I want to be seen above this, I want to move my webcam up. Okay. And then boom, there you see I'm in the picture now. So that's what you would do if you want to be visible. And if I don't want the mic to be on during the scene, I could just simply mute the mic itself, or I can mute it right there. All right. So the music, I have music playing along with this that you guys could probably hear, but I can mute that too. And if I want to stop it from playing, I would just click on that track and just hit the stop button. Okay, very simple. If I want to replay it, I just hit that. Now, when you're going back and forth between scenes, like I have mine all broken up, okay? So my scenes are all broken down. I can just choose on one at a time, all right? Now, the scenes that I do have that you guys see the scenes available. If you want to have a transition, that's where you see the scene transitions here. It does give you a few to choose from, not very many, but you have a cut, a fade, and the Luma wipe. Okay, the Luma wipe is what mine is on. This pretty much sets a default. It's really low when you first set this up, but you could change this also to anything that you want. You do have I forgot that you do have the swipe and the slide, stinger, fade to color. So you do have those as well, those options. But the ones that it normally gives you are these top three right here, okay? I do have mine set on 900 milliseconds, and you'll see the difference here. Now, if I had that on anything else, I'm gonna go ahead and delete this, guys. So it's just out of the equation. If you have that on anything else, such as a lower number, it's gonna go a lot faster, all right? When you're going between scenes. So I would recommend the 900, but you can kind of just mess around with that and see what your feel is for it, okay? Just in case. So, but that pretty much wraps it up. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this off of here because I don't want it, but I'm gonna show you guys, you know, this is my transition. This is what I do every time. So I basically go from here to here when I'm going live with you guys. And of course you'll see the game or whatever I'm streaming in the background. And then when I go to cut myself down to size and actually start playing the game, I choose that scene. As you can see, it just swipes me over and shrinks me down. So that is how you use OBS, guys. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up on it. That's what my channel is all about. I'm here to help you guys out, and I wish you guys nothing but the best, as always. All right? So thanks for tuning in, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to, and be sure to always stay tough. We'll see ya.